Shoes. Now, unless you're Adam or Eve, you know what shoes are. In fact, you've probably been wearing them your entire life. But what are shoes? Where did they come from? Why are they called shoes? Today we're going to be answering your burning questions that nobody has, but I'm going to be answering them anyways. So let's jump all the way back in the day, way back, before, Fortnite was a thing. People used to walk around barefooted and stuff, so think about how much it hurts nowadays if you step on a Lego. Oh, that is excruciating pain. But back in the day, it was basically like they were stepping on Legos everywhere they went, except they were sharp and they were rocks. People back in the day literally had to walk through minefields of pins and needles, basically, on the daily. So after people got tired of this torture, someone finally came up with an idea. They got a belt of leather, basically, and wrapped it around their feet. And alakazam, your feet don't hurt as much when you walk. Now, these weren't no Yeezy foam runners, but they did get the job done. Jumping forward in time, we get to the Renaissance period where square-toed shoes rolled around. So apparently how it worked is the more rich and powerful you were, the more square-toed shoe you had. I don't know about you, but I don't think the 2x4 12s were really screaming rich and powerful. Maybe back in the day. Maybe you know what? Maybe they were the jam back in the day, I don't know. Ending this short Renaissance cameo, we jump forward again into the 16th century. Break. Ending this short Renaissance cameo, we're jumping forward again into the 17th century. Square-toed shoes are still around and abundant during this time period for some reason, but a new challenger has appeared. The fork-toed shoes have made an appearance. Square-toed shoes are pretty self-explanatory, but what are fork-toed shoes, you might ask? Well, I want you to go into your closet and pull out that old pair of Nike shoes you don't wear anymore. Those are fork-toed shoes. They're basically just normal shoes that we have now with the round ends, Another thing to mention, of course, during this time period, shoes material and quality overall have obviously gotten better with the abundance in resources people have found in this time period. Surprise! We're jumping forward to the 18th century. Bet you didn't expect that. Did you now? Okay, so now I want you to think of the ugliest shoe you could possibly think of. I'll give you a second. Got it? Okay. Whatever shoe you're thinking of came from this time period. No disrespect to the wearers of the shoes, but you cannot look at these shoes and keep a straight face. You've probably seen these pilgrim shoes in your history book, or perhaps at the occasional Reddit mod meetup. And although these 1-2 buckle my shoes aren't the prettiest things, they sure did a fine job at keeping people's feet safe at the time. Hey, I bet you wouldn't guess what we're doing next. Yup, we're jumping to the 19th century. These are really where shoes became a style must-have. Shoes began to really have more of a variety and more styles, colors for people to choose from to really fit your own personality. This is the first time you could really choose your own shoe. Remember that time when you were a little kid and you concocted the perfect Nike dry fit outfit you've ever seen in your life? Yeah, I'm talking the neon shirt with the neon matching shorts, the neon long socks. Yeah, I know you remember it because we all went through that stage. And then your mom walks in with a brand new pair of shoes. And of course the same neon color as your outfit. That is a good feeling. That's basically what happened during this time period because colors were introduced into shoes if you weren't picking that up. Looking back on it, that is an absolutely despicable outfit, by the way. So yeah, summary, 19th century shoes, cool. Chapter 4, 20th century. Whoo, we are cooking now. So for this section, we're mainly going to focus on the second half of the 1900s. And although we're chopping this century in half, this is going to be a pretty long period because there are a lot of impactful shoes that came from this time period. The year is 1973. Nike released a new shoe. What were they called? The French toast? No. The pancakes? No. Oh, how could I forget? The Nike waffles. Not only were these the cleanest shoe in existence at the time. They also came with multiple colorful colorways, and it was just, man. Aging 10 years, we're going to get into the 1980s. Arguably one of the best decades of all time for a reason. This decade really brought in the birth of high tops. Well, Converse, technically, the Converse high top came out in all the way back in 1917, so technically it wasn't the birth. Let's just say the explosion of high tops. The first and most popular ones that come to mind were, of course, the legendary Jordan 1s. It must have been so cool to see your favorite basketball players release his own shoes. For us, it would basically be like if Ninja Fortnite released his own gaming shoe. Instant buy, right? Anyways, these shoes are so popular, they've been making a resurgence in these past couple of years. I'm actually willing to bet you know somebody or you have a pair of Jordan 1s or Nike Dunks, which were inspired by Jordan 1s. Traveling back to the future, but not really, we're getting to the 1990s. These were the year of Vans skate shoes and those chunky, fat Fila shoes. Obviously, those aren't the only shoes that came out. We also had shoes like the retro New Balances, but those are really the shoes I want to touch upon because I think the Filas are funny. We finally made it to the 2000s, a lot of our birth years, actually. Along with Hurricane Katrina, the 2000s brought the perfection of chunk shoes. I promise you one of your parents had a pair of chunk shoes, I promise. When I first looked up these pictures of chunk shoes online, I was pretty revolted, but after letting these images marinate in my mind, they're kind of growing on me. I'm giving the chunk shoes an 8.3 out of 10. Shabam, wow, look at that. We're now getting into the 2010 to present day time period. How futuristic and cool and advanced and healthy we are. All jokes aside, the shoes in this era are basically the shoes we all wear today, so there's not really much I can speak on about it. But to elaborate a little on the shoe wear of this decade, it's a little confusing. I feel like instead of this decade creating new shoes, we've kind of been bringing back more classic shoes to wear. Just to name a few, we got J's, Crocs, those black and white Adidas I can't remember the name of, Converse, Uggs, the obese Filas. Most of the shoes you see around in public probably fit into the category I just listed. And to be honest, I love it. I like seeing people wear around these extravagant shoes that their parents wore in high school. But at the end of the day, at the end of this video, just wear whatever you want. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter what other people think. What matters is what you like and you want to wear. That's all that's necessary in the end. Hey guys, thanks for sticking all the way through the video. Surprised? Yeah, me too. This is the most random video I've ever came out with. And I honestly have no idea where the idea spawned from, but I enjoyed making this video. If you guys like this kind of informational style or have any suggestions for future videos for me, feel free to drop a comment below. And yeah, as always, if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. That's all I got for you guys today, so yeah, peace.